Okay, this is weird. I'll just get my webcam going here. Some lead coding. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so somebody subscribed. Ben C, thank you for subscribing. I can't. I wasn't aware I had enabled that even. So I'm sorry for not giving you like animation. I gotta. When did I enable subscribing? I don't want to make money. Obviously I do, but can't recall enabling this. It was a bit scary. Give me a second here. Settings. Cool. Hey Sarah. Sierra. I tried. Yeah, so it's a bit weird, but here in Norway we have, I believe, can't recall if it's 3 or 4 weeks mandatory summer vacation that everybody takes. So basically, the whole of Norway just goes on a vacation for 4 weeks in the whole of July, and it's like law specific, so it's enforced PTO. Yeah, I'll for sure try to keep the subscribing thing enabled. I just was like unaware that I even had it. Um, so I'll look into that I guess after the summer then. Yeah, that'll be awesome. I haven't even got my first shot off freaking either Pfizer or Moderna or nothing yet, so I can't really travel at the time. Hopefully I'll get my first and second shot by the summer. Norway is slow right now. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Actually, I was hoping to be able to make both DEFCON and Black Hat this year, but that doesn't look like to be the case. So most likely I'll next year though. Next year I'll be at both Black Hat and DEFCON for sure. That's a given. Okay. Yeah, that'll be awesome. Head over to Norway. Me and Martin would. Yeah, me and Martin would love to meet you, Rachel. Yeah. Yep. Me and Martin gonna party hard in Vegas. Vegas, baby. So I'm just still preparing some stuff all off screen here. I'll switch on the VMs and stuff soon. Um, I just wanna check that I'm not insane or anything. Okay, cool. That's correct. So okay, so let's get this VM up. So today I'm going to be talking about a tool that's called Backstab. I'm just going to straight up apologize if you already heard of this, but if you haven't, it's pretty dope. So let's just get over to my VM here. Just got to fix the resolution real quick. So desktop settings, right? Icons, nope. Oh my god, I'm such a collie pleb. It's not desktop, it's display. Right, there we go. Back to full HD, please. What? Where's full HD? What the frick? There we go. Okay, so let me switch over to my VM here. So just ignore the beacons for now. I'll get back to what I'm trying to do today. But the main tool I'm talking about is something called Backstab, which is a utility that mainly abuses the driver for Process Explorer to kill protected processes. So instead of having to worry about AVs and EDR solutions actually picking up on stuff, if you want to go full out crazy and do something insane, you can just kill it with this. And it's pretty cool because the Process Explorer driver obviously is signed by Microsoft. And the whole OPSEC part mimics functionality from Process Explorer. So the sort of the generic detection for this is going to be hard from like a defensive standpoint to separate from the actual Process Explorer, which is a legitimate application running, and this. So we're going to take a look at how we could go about sort of easily weaponizing this, and that obviously could be applied to a lot of other stuff. So I mean, if I were some sort of magician like XPN, Adam Chester, then oh my god, I hope it was Adam Chester, right? Yeah, it's Adam Chester. I didn't fuck up his name again. Last time I called him Adam Chandler. That weren't great. Not a great. Yeah, Adam Chester. Whew, had to check there. Uh, so if I were him, I would probably just one afternoon make a buff because he's insane. I don't know what he eats. I want some of it. But I'm not him, so there's no way I'll be able to make a buff of this anytime soon. So instead, I'm gonna do my way. Yeah, obviously, I forgot that. Sorry. There we go. I'll send the GitHub link. So instead of doing that, I'm gonna be using two different techniques, which I'm gonna go into. The first one is using Sharpsploit. So there's a specific section within, I think it's execution generic in Sharpsploit, that gives you the possibility to map binaries using the PE information in it. It's called, I think in the malware term, it's called a load P, because it maps the binary into the current process. It doesn't inject it into something else. And then you have a C# binary that you can play with. You could use execute assembly, or even better, you can use Donut to make shellcode out of it. So if I go back to the Kali machine here, I have something called Donut, which is made by the Weaver. The Weaver. I almost said the Beaver. The Wover, the Weaver. I don't know. I'm butchering it. Which basically allows you to create the Wover. Okay, almost Wover. Gotcha. The Beaver. Which basically allows you to create shellcode of anything with P information in it, not just C# assemblies. So we can actually we can make that binary shellcode, and then we can use something like Cobalt to just run that shellcode. And the only issue I'm having so far is the argument. So actually in Donut, they allow you to specify some arguments. So if you just look at the backstab here, it says, you have to give it a name for the process you want to kill, and then you have to tell it to kill it. There's some other options as well. Obviously, it has to drop the system driver to disk. This system file is signed, so it shouldn't really matter. And again, this is something that Process Explorer does when it runs. So yeah, just take a look at the README here. But yeah. So I'm having issues with the argument. So what I'm thinking is that I'm going to pull backstab onto my machine, and then I'm going to hard code in some arguments and just compile it instead of having to fight with getting arguments to work. The easy way is often just the better way. So if I go into backstab here, oh my god, I'm gonna have to do this in C. What? Can it be done? So if I go into backstab here and I locate the main function, oh my god, I'm so out of reach already, guys. This ain't gonna be great. So this is probably where he parses the arguments someplace. Yeah, so it does a case switch, so we can just override here. So if n is applied, it does this. And just basically tries to get the PID of it. So it takes this is probably char array, yeah. Puts that into vchar and then tries to get the PID from that name. And then it sets the bool to print an error if that fails. If not, it sets the process name, which I'm guessing is a global parameter. Cool. So we can just override that basically. And then obviously if it gets killed, it kills it. So the easiest way to do this would be just to override the whole options thing. So um, we can just override argv. That's my go-to here. So I I think we can just go like, oh my god, this is so out of my comfort zone. I don't think I need that. I think this has to be like this. I'm just about I'm you today you're gonna see me Google how to declare an array in C. Yep. It's sharp. Okay, I'm doing it, guys. Yeah, this is so C. I know this is. I'm. Oh, I don't even know if this is C or C++. I'm guessing by the name extension that it's C. So I'm gonna go declare array in C, guys. This is what it's come to. So I think I have to. I think the main missing thing here was the array size. It probably. Okay, so I could. Okay, I could do that, and that would be easier. I could do like this. Yep, that works. Yep, totally works. I'm there. So we're just replicating the argument here, so n, and then the name. So the name would be, in this case, in my lab machine, I want to kill Microsoft Defender Engine, which is this. So I'm just going to copy that name. And then I want to kill it. So basically, no matter what arguments you give this process, it's gonna get overridden with those. Place those as positions in the array, and then just let the application does what it do to handle them. Easiest way I can think of. And then you compile it. So let's put this into. Let's just wait for it to compile. Compiled, and it's here. So if I run this in a high process context, it's going to kill MSMP engine. And let's just check actually. So I'm guessing I have disabled Microsoft Defender, but I'm guessing the process might still even be running, even though I disabled it. That sounds very Microsoft-y. I can try some other process just to check, but so I probably can't kill this. Security health service. I probably can't kill that, right? If I try to kill it, it's gonna be like, okay, I could kill that. Let's try to. There we go. Yeah, it's running. So if I try to kill it, it's gonna be like, nope, can't do that. No way. Yeah, of course, unless you give it more than 3 arguments. So I'll guess we just run it and see if it works. So I'm gonna start a new CMD session just so we can get the output. Gonna run that in a high priority context. Gonna move over to that folder and then just run it and see if it works. So there's the process. Backstab. Let's go. Either pin or number is incorrect. It shouldn't be though. Oh, I probably have to override R count as well. Right? That would make sense. So 3 arguments. That would make total sense. I do print. Okay. This is weird. I'm just gonna give it the arguments and see. Just check that it works at all at this point. Either prig or arguments is bad. Why does it complain? Oh my god, don't be like this. Hmm. It's dash n, right? And then the name, and then dash k. And it's dead. Damn, I love this program. Okay, so it definitely works. Wow, it spawned back up. Okay, so I probably have to kill some other process first to make sure this doesn't spawn back up. Either way, so that worked, but so this is breaking something then. And that's weird. Okay, so I guess we could. That's also fair game. Okay, I guess we could start messing with this. So we could remove that. We can just pull out the parts we want here. So let's just pull this out. Not that one, and obviously don't break. So that's for the dash N, and then we can pull out. Oh, okay. So that's the difference from C# then. That makes sense. Martin saves the day. So we don't want to override that basically. We want to do it like this, and then the total arguments count will be 4. Let's try that out. Awesome, Martin saves the day. From C# pleb. Yeah, that worked. Awesome. So we have that hard-coded now into the program, so we don't need to supply that as an argument. And then since somebody said that it's a persistent malware, so we could actually download Process Hacker. If I don't have that, I should have that. Oh, I love Process Hacker. Let me just grab that. So we could download Process Hacker, and then we could check. Obviously, we could do that by the parent pit as well, but we could check what process is calling that. Starting that process back up, and then we can kill that one first. Would be cool. Maybe after this we install like Avast antivirus or some other shitty antivirus and we kill it. That would be cool. So MSP engine. Yeah, so I have to run this in like high property to be able to see that, obviously. MP engine. So apparently services. So obviously we can't kill that. That would kill everything. I guess we could also suspend it instead of killing it. That might solve the persistency thing. But yeah, not gonna dive into that. So this will be different depending on what AV you're targeting. You know, if you're targeting Defender, then I think this is. I don't think you need this to get around Defender. But something else might be interesting to test it against. Okay, so that's cool. So what can we do with this now? So there's 2 ways, as I said. We have this compiled, so we could use, say, Sharpsploit, which you can find on GitHub, and then we can read all the bytes from the backstab binary, and we can use something called manual map to map that, and then call that map module. And then we have to give it a read line because the current process is going to execute this. So if you don't give it a read line, it's just going to exit, and we won't see the output. So if I run this, I think it's going to say something like you're not elevated or something. Yeah. So backstab is telling me you're not elevated. That's fine. Let's move over to the test me directory here in the 64 and debug, and then just take that same high level CMD. Move into here, and then you run that C# binary test me, and then it failed to process the attach. That's interesting. Failed to call the DLL main, DLL process attach. Could not load driver. No special driver dir specified. Extracting the current directory. Find resource. Okay. That's weird. I compile it. Maybe I could try release. Let's try that. We might have to do donut then. We'll see. Okay, let's try donut then. Empty name path is illegal. Oh no, we must be in the wrong direction. Yeah, we are in the wrong direction. There we go. Yeah, we get the same. Okay, let's try donut then. Huh. I would. Mimikatz works fine with Sharpspout, but maybe since it does some more stuff, it doesn't work that way. So let's just pull that backstab binary. I'm gonna pull it on my host VM here for a second. And then we're gonna over to Kali here, and then yeah. So I have Donut installed. Donut is on GitHub. GitHub Donut Developer. It's this project right here. You can basically make shellcode out of anything. If it's a native file, it has to have P, and then if it's a C# file, then you have to specify the namespace and class you're running it from. So basically, I'm telling. Let's take a look at the Donut help menu here. So I'm telling it the architecture of the binary that I'm trying to make into shellcode. I'm going to specify 64-bit. Then I'm going to tell it to patch AMSE if necessary, and then just continue if it fails. Output path, format, if the output is supposed to be binary, if you want to use this with Cobalt afterwards, or basically any other sort of C2 framework that allows you to inject shellcode, then binary would be the go-to. If you want to embed it into some C# loader, you could use this. Whatever. So let's just copy over that recently compiled backstyle binary, pull that into desktop, replace that, and then regenerate this. And then technically it doesn't need the arguments because those didn't work either way. And then, so I have two sessions running here, and you might think, wow, why would you want to kill AV if you already got a shell on it? Well, I mean, it makes sense if you want to do something more noisy. So let's say, you know, if I try to make this, I don't know why you would want to do it, but let's say, okay, so that's actually about it. Let's say you're on the computer and you want to use the recent, you know, RDP credential stealing thing implemented in Mimikatz on the machine, because that actually has to be ran on the machine to be able to decrypt the information. You can't just dump the LSAS and then parse that to get the credentials that's stored in the, I think it was like in an SVC host process or something, when people have an active RDP session on it. Let's see when we run that, right? So you would do the same thing I did. You would go into Mimikatz, you would hardcode some arguments in, generate shellcode from it, and then you would do this, or you would run backstab first, and then you can just, I think in Cobalt there's should be like a Mimikatz command, so you can give it specific commands. Not sure if Cobalt uses the latest version of Mimikatz though. Never actually looked into that. Either way, let's try to run the shellcode. So from my elevated session, I'm gonna do. You could either do sh spawn as, which will spawn a new process and inject into it, or you can do sh inject, which will just make you specify PID to inject into. So let's do sh spawn. I'm gonna target that same. And then I guess I have to switch over real quick to see if this SMS, what's it called? This MSMP service restarts or not. So let's run this and then look over here, see if it dies. It did not. I guess not really. Not sure I would want to use sh inject into your own though. Might as well hit something else then. I'm actually curious if the privileges of my process carries over to sh spawn. Let's try sh inject. I'm gonna do PS and then find some sort of high privilege process I can use. So let's do search indexer, which is running a system for some reason, and then do sh inject instead. Okay, that's nice. Is Cobalt aware of that? Does Cobalt know if you're injecting into your own PID? Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know that. That's a nice tip. And then I believe it's architecture, right? Let's just print out the help menu here to be sure. Yeah, so it's sh inject a PID. Just gonna take another system process here for now. I'm gonna do x64, and then the pop to that shellcode I generated, which is gonna be home call it desktop test, home call it desktop, and then test. Target at 64. My beacon is running in 64. That should be fine. The target process I'm targeting is running in 64. That should be fine. I'm wondering why this is having issues. Let's try RevShell's pro tip here, injecting into yourself. 3, 4, 5, 6. Cannot load driver, empty load driver. So it did talk something about needing the SC debug privilege. Let's actually look into that. That might be it. So it talks about the privilege, SC privilege enabled is acquired because it's necessary to load the driver. That's fine. But then it also has like a tag for adds SC debug privilege. What does that mean? Let's try I can check the privileges, right? I usually use the who am I buff, but I don't think I have any buffs loaded because I didn't want to show the internal stuff. Oh, it's dead. So it obviously doesn't have that. So maybe I could, yeah, okay. Let's just make it fetch for it first. So let's go back in here and then just give it the -a argument, right? Because that was for adds SC debug privilege. Okay, let's try that. That's going to be argument number 4. That's going to increase the count to 5. Let's recompile that. Just curious. Maybe that's the driver loading issue we're having. And then I don't need to recompile this because it's just loading off this. No, could not load driver. Let me go back in backstab. The driver should be in the resources, right? I don't know how backstab works because it has to have the driver somewhere in the process here to load or to drop. It isn't because I'm running Process Explorer, right? That wouldn't make sense. Obviously, I was Process Hacker, not Process Explorer. I'm just thinking loud here. Nope. It uses the C temp directory by default. That should be fine. It works without it. Maybe I can make it list the handles for... No, I won't do that. Okay, that's weird. Let's try on the lab here to make that, get that PowerShell session going again. Yeah, just gotta copy over the MC bypass. We might end off the stream before the summer with the giant fail. That's nice though. We get to see me in some stressful situations trying to get this to run. Okay, so let's. I should have a new beacon up and running. Let's delete the old one. I guess let's. Let's get privs on that. It shouldn't have debug privilege by default, so I guess we have to inject into some system process to have that. Or might have to set it as well. Oh, I'm still in the wrong beacon here, so that makes sense. Yeah, it does have that, so... Yeah, but it shouldn't matter. Let's take some other high-level process here. So let's do Screen Broker, that's 64, let's inject. Yeah, that should work just fine. I was thinking maybe it didn't have the C temp directory, but it works when you run it just as a disk, right? So that's a bit weird. Where was I? Okay, so I changed some stuff in this, right? I added the debug privilege thing. So I'm gonna compile that, then copy it out again, so I can use that for generating shellcode. What was that? So that's yeah, it was this, I think. Yeah, there we go. 2131, so that's the most recent one. I'm gonna copy that out, gonna replace it. I'm gonna put that back into Kali on the desktop. Gonna replace that so it's a brand new one, and then we are going to generate a new one. And I mean, the parameters here looks fine, so let's just take a look at help to see if there's something we can entropy. Okay, so let's try to tune that down to 2. Use random names. Maybe the encryption is bugging something. And then let's try this. So just gonna give it some different names here. So we'll call it, oh my god, couldn't open process. So it's dead probably then. Like the process I'm trying to go into is dead. So let's do 766. Oh my god, I hate that. 7660. It's dead. Now I'm technically not even checking if it dies. Oh my god. Were I checking on the wrong machine? Am I that stupid? Please don't tell me I'm that stupid. Oh my god. I'm gonna go up and leave now. Have a great summer, guy. No. Fuck no. Is this what it's come to? Really? Really though? Let's try again. Oh, that's gonna be so sad if that was the issue. Nope, still alive. I hacked myself. No, so it's still alive. Oh, allocation section in copy data failed. Obviously because the process died. And that ain't great, right? Hmm. I'm just looking at maybe tuning down how this all works. So let's use non-random entropies. Let's not compress it. Let's do T. I'm just trying a bunch of different ones now, basically, to see if I can get this working. And then I'm gonna do SH bomb because I really don't think it matters. Nope, still there. Let's so the process that should spawn should be under PowerShell, right? So it spawns KPO update, that instantly dies. Was I? Why can't I catch it? Jesus. It, does it die that quickly? What? Okay, I don't get this at this point. Oh, I'm still doing 01 though, not 02. Thanks for pointing that out. So now it showed ver fault, so it crashed properly, or it crashed hardcore. Hmm. Let's try to not do VLP. So that would be B. I don't even have B defined, so I could do 0 on B. That would be none, right? You know, 1. Oh wow, bots, cool. I really want to become famous though. Thank you so much for letting me know about that. Bots are cute, right? Spamtastic. I'm basically just trying to make this work at this point. So what annoys me a bit is that let me try injecting into hyper one again. You know, I won't be able to take a vacation if this is how we end it. You know, can't do it like this. Not like this. Any other way than this. MSMP engine, right? Hmm. I'm invalid option dash A. Okay, okay. Look at this. We're getting. I fucked up something. Pretty sure this is my doing. 100% my doing, as always. Not a valid option. Hmm. Why is it saying A is not a valid option when A clearly is a valid option? No, it isn't. Okay, this is interesting. So the version I have. Okay, what the fuck is this? Okay. This is weird. So the README file for this project is different than the one I actually got. So and I just cloned the solution. No, I'm pretty sure I just cloned the solution. But when you, I have to redo it then. So maybe he added some stuff. Okay, saying dash dash. Yeah, but it's only a normal dash there though. Actually, I can just do this. So let's go into that directory backstab, and we're gonna go git reset hard. Just gotta make sure I copied this, copy, and then git pull. And I bet you there's an update. No, there's no update. What? I swear to God. Okay, so oh, it's a U. Unload. It's a U. God damn it, not an A. No, it's an A. It's an A, goddammit, not a U. So the documentation says that there should be an A option. And there's only one master branch. So I mean the documentation is not what we're getting then. So okay, so I have to remove A, that's for sure. That won't work. So it says it's okay, I guess let's debug. So could not load driver. Why can you not load driver? Hmm. Okay, so stupid question. If I in this CMD session load Mimikatz, use SE enable debug privileges, and try to rerun it, would that make a difference? Literally no clue. Oh, what happened here? Okay, what? That would be too good to be true, wouldn't it? It's probably just because the directory doesn't exist anymore, or it compiled somewhere else, or whatever. Backstab, XT4 release, backstab, copy path, copy as path, open, sharp exploit. Rebuild. So now it loads it, but God, this is some weird stuff. What is going on here, people? Welcome back to Melvin Struggling. Today, Melvin is struggling. Wrong amount of arguments? Yeah, wrong amount of arguments. No special driver there specified. Extracting to current directory. What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. Feel free to extract to the current directory. We can specify one if you want to, though. Jesus. I can inject to C if you wanna. So dash D and then extracting drive to. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with this. There has to be something wrong with this. Yeah, there has to be something wrong with this. I think this is the issue for sure. I have no idea why though. Literally no idea why. Okay, give me a second. Hmm. Oh no, God, I'm so stupid. So I think actually, I think if I recall correctly, I can give it arguments here. So yeah, now it runs this. If I do dash n, it doesn't really help me though, but still. No, it actually helps me. It definitely helps me. So 1944, no, msmp engine.exe. Okay. What is wrong? Nothing is wrong here. Yeah, it is. I can't type. Could not load driver, get the same. No special directory service file, okay. Specify the service name. Specify path to where process will be extracted. D. Could not load driver. Why can't it load driver? Uh, just sort of sanity checking here. David? My amazing picture of David? This is totally how it works though. Yeah. Yeah, somebody I think Drew Kirkback made that and shared it in Trusted Psych. And I use this error now. It's my main background, it's my phone background. Yeah, it's the attention to detail here, I mean, the only thing I think is a bit unrealistic, I think, is the eagle catching the American fly. I mean, everybody knows David rides around on his unicorn that breathes flames and stuff, but that is a bit that was a bit too unreal. Could have kept that could have kept that away. So I bet there's a really logical reason why this doesn't work. Um, what is S? S is specify service name and registry key. Name registry. Okay, we can try that. So service name is gonna be foobar 3037. Nope, just won't do it. NT load driver. What is this? Okay, let's see what this is. I'm guessing it has something with how the whole backstab thing works. I think I picked that one fucking project that is hard to redo. So this should be fine. This should be fine. This should be fine. This should be fine. Ah, this might be the issue then. Hmm. Yeah, pretty sure I'd choose that one project, which is killing this. Can I can't even list. I can't do jack shit. Huh. This is such a tragedy in terms of not being able to produce anything working here, guys. That sucks. Hmm. Her. So just to recap, then, what I can't make happen. So there's this. I see a lot more people have joined now. So I try to explain why I suck today. So basically, there's this native project called Backstab, which basically abuses the Project Explorer driver to be able to kill protected processes. So protected, particularly, it's targeted to kill AV products, EDR solutions, agents that's installed on the system that is running under a protected process. So example would be on Windows Defender, you have this process called MSMP engine. I tried to kill that with high privileges. It says nope. But if you try to do it via backstab, there we go. If I tell backstab, this process called MSMP engine.exe, could you kill that? It goes, yeah, sure. And it does that. Now, the problem with this is obviously to make this work, you have to drop that backstab binary to disk, and we don't want to do that. Generally, you don't want to do that. You see, the process died there. So I'm trying to show you how you can generically sort of wrap stuff and get them to run either through C sharp. So in this case, I was playing around with Sharpsploit, which has this mapping functionality. So you can map a PE binary to memory, which works great with Mimikatz and stuff. But I just it runs, but the backstab face palms dies hardly. It crashes basically. And then I'll try to show you how you can do it with Donut. So Donut is this amazing program by Devolver, which basically allows you to generate shellcode from stuff. So you can generate shellcode from P binaries as well as from C# executables, native shellcode that is, right? So I tried to show how you could do that, and that doesn't work. And obviously, since it's shellcode I'm injecting or spawning into another process, I don't get the console output. I don't know what's going on, so it's harder to debug, and therefore it's failing badly. So that sucks. And as of right now, I don't have any solutions. So I mean, welcome to the pain, basically. I'm sort of assuming that uh, I'm sort of assuming that loading a driver this way creates some sort of issue. Not knowing. So this is manual map, call map p module. Is there some map module from disk? I don't think that should matter. It definitely shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter at all. But you know what? I'll try it. I'm that desperate. I'll try it. 64-bit should be fine. Backstab is compiled for 64. I just have to see the correct directory here. Just won't even budge. Yeah, it was only those two, and then I used P, right? Yeah. No, what? Why am I using DLL? I want to do P. What? What? Could that have been the thing all the time? We're about to find out. So if I go back to Backstabber here, I removed this, so it should actually display the help menu. Not sure why it doesn't do that. Why doesn't it show anything? No, it's the same. So sad. So sad. Just get the cooled not load driver. Okay. So interesting. Could not load driver, so maybe it can't find the driver locally. Maybe I could just have to drop it for it. Maybe there's sort of doing it in this directory. Find resource. Maybe it can't. Maybe it's just that it's yeah. Maybe it's just that it's failing to extract the driver from its own resource because it's being mapped. That could be it. So maybe we just have to drop that driver manually. So so in unload driver, we do this. That's fine. We delete the registry. That's fine. That's fine. Where's the actual deleting of delete resource from disk? Let's never do that. Let's just nope. Let's just it's probably this. No, it's this. Yeah, so let's try, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So the default directory it's looking in was the default directory it extracts to, I believe, was temp. But I can override that. Yeah, I can just override that. So no worries. I think just looking at, I think I saw the variable earlier here. No, we can just provide it as well. Yeah, we can just provide it. Okay, let's just first run it so we can catch that binary. So let's just first run backstab directly. So that would be, copy path. Where's that? There we go. Let's just run that, then do n mp engine, no, ms mp engine. Right, so it's gonna drop driver file clean up from disk. That's wrong, it did not do that. Just want to see where it dropped it. Did not drop it there. So it probably dropped it here. Yep, Proc Explorer, there we go. Okay, so now we can use that path, I think. So cool. Maybe we actually found the solution. That would be awesome. If I can redeem myself, maybe I can have a great summer and not have to think about this. Copy as path. Okay. So let's just make sure again that it works by supplying the directory. So let's do this and then this. Why didn't that work? Either PID or blah 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 is incorrect. Maybe the process didn't come back up. It does not look like the process came back up. So let's just take something else like this, whatever this is. I can probably kill this now, but doesn't matter. I just want to see if it uses the, yeah. Okay. Extracting driver to this, and that it doesn't do that because it does this. Oh, it's del, right? So if my theory is correct, it should not drop Process Explorer to this directory. It didn't. Okay. Let's try this. Come on. Not what I wanted. Come on. Hey! It worked, boys. Whoop. Breakthrough. We got a breakthrough here. Mr. Breakthrough coming to you live. Okay. So the reason, at least the reason, at least in the case of Sharpsploit, was the fact that it couldn't extract the Process Explorer from the resources or wherever it's fucking located, and that makes sense. That makes total sense. Because I'm guessing if I go to properties here and I go to resources, sorry for the solution. Sorry, I mean for the fucking project. Okay, neither resources. I'm guessing there's some resource saved somewhere here. Or by some other means. So, process explorer.c. Yeah, I don't care. It gets that data from somewhere. It has to be embedded within this binary, and it fails to extract that. So what we can do is that from Cobalt or any other C2, we can first drop the Process Explorer driver to disk, and that should be fine because the Process Explorer driver is, first of all, signed by Microsoft and is legitimately used. So other than that the fact that you're leaving a log behind, there shouldn't be any automated EDR solution that should trigger on that on dropping a signed binary into disk. That should be fine. And then we can load this using execute assembly. Okay, so let's try this. So first we gotta go into this test me module here, and we gotta install Foodie. And that's so we can embed the sharpsploit DLL, sharp DLL, into the binary, so you don't have to, or else it won't work with execute assembly. So let's do footy. And then obviously we have to bake the whole backstab assembly into the binary as well. And that should be okay. I'm going to steal some functions from another project of mine off screen here to make that a bit easier. I'm not going to bother encrypting it. That should be fine because AMSA is patched. So, oops, that's the wrong project. I think it's this. You can't see this, by the way. I'm just pulling something from a private project on the side here. Some functions from C#. So I want I guess I want both decompress and compress. Yeah, so. So I just want to try to, because just putting huge binaries into source code, I mean, I guess the backstab binary probably isn't, yeah, it probably is actually pretty big because it contains the Partial Explorer data. Okay, we'll see. We'll see how good this is. We can do this in many ways, but oh, come on, how many? Yeah, of course, Sharpsploit has a million dependencies, probably. Okay, so that's, I need some functions. So I need a function called decompress, which I probably stole from somebody's GitHub, I mean Stack Overflow post, sorry about that. And then I need the sister compress. So I can actually, there we go. So what we want to do is that we want to read the byte array in. So let's just rename that to raw byte array. And then we want to compress it to decrease the size. So boom, compressed byte array. That's going to be just compressed raw byte array. Oh my god, come on, there we go. And then we want to convert this into base64 string. So convert to base64 string, put that byte array in there, and then base64 string, and then that's the data that we want to put into this. So var buffer byte array. This will make sense in a second. D pump byte array. So basically, this is just to carry the whole backstab binary in memory or in the C# binary. So I'm just gonna debug to here. Oops, what was wrong? Compressed level doesn't exist. Deflate stream doesn't exist because we need IO compression. Come on. Today, please. We're gonna debug that, and then we have the base64 string, and hopefully, yeah, it actually that ain't that bad. So we're gonna copy that, close, and then stop that, and then put that into here basically. And then we can just comment out this, and that way that backstab binary is embedded into this C# binary just by decompiling the string. And then we want to compile this, so compile, and then we want to run it and see if it works. And it still works just fucking fine. Awesome. Okay, so now we can execute this binary with execute assembly with the Cobalt. We just have to upload Process Explorer. So looking at this machine with Microsoft's MP engine enabled, Defender running, let's try this. Let's try. So let's go over to this and then copy out that this test me binary basically. So since I installed something called Foodie, I shouldn't have any DLLs or anything here. It should be able to just run off a single binary. That's what's needed to be able to run execute assembly. Going to copy that onto my host VM. And then I also obviously need a copy of that Process Explorer file. This file right here. I'm going to copy that to my host VM. Open up Kali. Just going to go to desktop here. Just put the stuff here. So let's delete this, fuck that, and copy in this stuff. I think I have to do one of, I think I have to do it like this. Yeah, we could definitely do that. That's a good call, actually. Why don't we just... Okay, so we could do that, but then I would have to sort of run the binary 2 times because I have to give it as... No, yeah, okay, I'm not going to do that now. But I guess you could do that. I think the main problem would be specifying that into the arguments when doing this. Okay, let me just try this. So on administrator, we go to file, browser, and let's just upload it to ctemp. So let's just upload our process explorer. And then that should be fine. Defender didn't trigger on that. Let's just copy that path. And then from this, let's execute assembly. Let's specify home, desktop, Kali, sorry, desktop, and test me. Then we're going to give the name msmp engine.exe. We're going to tell it to kill it, and the drive is located here. Okay, it's time to see if this works. That's msmp engine there. And let's try it. So I think it's either uploading or thinking. Or not working. That's also a possibility, obviously. It's a huge banner. So I'm getting no outputs. Oh, no, I don't know why that would be. Not sure why I'm getting no output. So it's still running as a job. Well, yeah, no, it's actually not running anymore. So it ran but didn't give me any outputs. Thinking. This did work, right? Yeah, it worked fine. By giving it the Frost Explorer. Ah, why is this such a terrible stream today? Or why ain't I getting anything done? So, I mean, yeah, you could try that, see if we get the help menu. Oh, max upload size. Okay. And this probably includes the whole of fucking Sharpsploit, so this is 2 megs. But we don't need it to include that much. We can delete a lot of stuff. So I think we can delete the whole credentials folder. Let's delete that. We could probably delete all of enumeration. Don't need that. We could probably delete all of lateral movement. Don't need that. Persistency we can delete. Pivoting I think we can delete. Privilege escalation. Pretty sure we can delete that. And this will probably not compile now. We'll see. Did it compile? Wow, it compiled. Okay. I'm amazed. So now it's not any smaller at all. Okay, let's try to just delete some binaries. So this, so one of them is apparently running. Why can't I delete this? Okay, so I can't delete the empty delete folder, release folder, whatever. Okay, let's delete this, and then let's clean the whole solution and recompile the whole solution. Just realized that clean solution is just what I did manually. So it should be a bit smaller. No, it isn't at all. Oh, definitely don't need power cats implemented in here. That's probably what's bringing up the size. Yeah, there we go. Power cat was a whole meg. Let's remove that. Oh, it's still above 1 megabyte though. Okay. What more can we delete? So I guess we could delete the 3.5 references because this ain't running 3.5. Yep, and that made it even smaller. Okay, so this should run now. Awesome. So the issue here was basically that since I included the whole sharp exploit library, it got a bit big, and Cobalt weren't uploading it or running it at all. Hence, no output. Let's try again here. Oh, come on, this is so bad. There we go. Let's go. It gave an output. It complained about something. That's awesome. I like that. So it's complaining about MS-MP engine not running or not being able to find it. It's a bit annoying that it doesn't tell me the input here. Either PID or name is not correct. It's running, right? Or can't I type? MS-MP engine. It ain't running no more, so well, it should be running. What? Yeah, it's running. MS-MP and yeah, MS-MP engine. Let's do this a second here. So I'm just going to add basically that it prints out the arguments that it's getting, so I can just make sure Cobalt Strike ain't messing up my arguments or something. String join args. Oh, let's just try that again. Let's build that. We are in the correct directory, so let's just delete that and then wait for it to come back. Copy that out, move that over, replace that, and then in Kali here, move that over again, and not rename. That's there we go. Okay, let's try again, see what we get. So I'm definitely getting all the arguments, but it thinks the process ain't running. Okay, let's just try some other PID or some other name. So let's try to kill whatever this is. It's throwing the same argument. Either PID or name is incorrect. But I'm using it correctly, god damn it. Oh no, 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 no. I'm not. Fuck, we get the same issue that we got earlier. Okay, so I think I know why. So, the reason. So, this maps the module to memory, right? And I don't know at this time how to supply these arguments. But when I run it in this context, the process itself is supplied arguments. But when Cobalt Strike executed, it's just by using execute assembly. So it won't pick up on the arguments. So the assembly itself knows the arguments, but those arguments aren't being supplied to this. Uh, that's the issue here. So we have to go back and add those arguments to the backstab module again. But now at least we know the issue. Yeah, no, it needed two. So Now I have to hard code this argument. Oh my god, what a pain. Let's just copy this path then. In here. So that's compiled. Then I have to run this first part now and get that C sharp, get that basics for, oh, I can't, I have to do that in debug. So, time here, debug. There we go. And then we can copy out that first, or paste, comment out that first part if I could type. There we go. Then we can compile that as release. So that should have the correct arguments baked in, right? And msmp engine, kill that, this directory, temp proc, 1 through 3, 4, 5, 0. So it's 6 arguments. That's correct. And let's see if it compiled. So it compiled into release. Let's copy that out again. Compiled 2216. That matches with 2217. Replace that. Put that back in this fucking desktop directory. Replace all. And then I don't even have to give it any arguments. It should just straight up work. Thank you. Fuck yes, people. Finally. So I did execute. So the PID was, this PID is 8816. If we run this, you can see it's dead and it's respawns. Now didn't even respawn. Yes. Fuck yes. Oh, that was way too much effort. I generally didn't think this would be that much effort. I guess I just freaking picked the wrong binary to try to deploy. And I'm assuming. Oh, do I really want to do this? I'm assuming this would work with Donut as well now. But this technically, I mean, uh, executing assembly involves possibly creating or sort of invoking CLR for .NET runtime CLR in the process that doesn't necessarily have that. So it could be, but it's still embedded than injecting shellcode. Yeah, I think yeah, that's probably the preferable way. The preferable way would probably be to map it like I did now using something like Sharpsploit, and then hard code the arguments. Either if you could, the best way would be to figure out how to pass arguments along to this call map P module. That would be the actual absolute best to know how you add arguments to this. So sharp exploit map PE with arguments. So if anybody knows how you can basically do PE load with arguments. Okay, so this does it. This does it. Okay, okay. So this basically does it. Let's see how that is done. And I probably deleted a lot of stuff, so that would make sense. Let's search for LSA secrets. Return command. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. So is it that easy? Cold map DLL module export, P info module base, then whatever the fuck this is, then whatever the fuck this is, and then parameters. which I'm assuming is the command. Okay. So that seemed easy. And let's look at some overrides for this then. Oops. Yeah, okay. So I would probably so there should be call mapped p module with some overrides here. So let's try and see what happens if we do this. So is it only DLL module then? Call map DLL module. Module. What is this? PowerShell reflective mimic catch. Call. It uses call map DLL module export. Export name. Okay, gotcha. So that would do the so to be able to do that, you would have to make that backstab binary DLL, which is, I guess, it's rather easy. You basically just have to add the main DLL function instead of main. But I'm sure you could reverse how this handles arguments. So dynamic function invoke. Okay, so that's why. That's why. So I could probably find that dynamic invoke for. Oops. I'm gonna stop soon. I just have to see if I could do that. No, that just basically creates a thread. Oh, it has a parameter in pointer here, which it basically just puts to 0. In pointer start address, which is this, and then in pointer this. So this could be your fucking arguments. Arguments. Okay. In pointer arguments equals in pointer 0 for now. And I just have to figure out how that other function mapped it, which would be call. Okay, I'm really getting somewhere now. So that would be this parameters, right? And this dynamic invoke parameters. Oh, in delegate dynamic invoke. What the fuck? Where's this? It's in delegate dynamic invoke. So it's in. There should be. Okay, so this is all. Basically, I just want to turn this into an in pointer. Ah, fuck that. Not gonna play more with that. It totally worked. It totally worked. Okay, so I guess the moral of the story is you have to play around with Sharpsploit. Hey, Curious Jack. Hey, what's up, man? If you just joined, you're sort of lucky, because if you were here an hour earlier, you would have watched me struggle for an hour. That wouldn't have been great, but I did manage to find out how to do it though. So I'll guess we'll do a bit of a summary. So what we ended up making happen here is that a rather unknown tool that recently got released is something called Backstab, which I have to find the GitHub for. So, which is called Backstab, which basically abuses the Process Explorer driver, and it does some magic and basically allows you to kill protected processes. So you could kill, any antivirus process that is running. You would have to kill multiple ones, in case you're running. Usually they're running in sort of a watchdog modus. So watchdog mode. So if one process goes down, they respawn back up. You could kill multiple. Basically, a really dirty way of getting away with anything on the machine. So, I mean, one example would be if you wanted to use the latest functionality in Mimikatz to maybe dump some credentials from an active RDP session, and you just figure out you got to do it the dirty way. So you could use this to kill the AV product running on the machine, the EDR solution, whatever. Maybe even the IR agent or whatever. So I wanted to be able to run this without dropping the binary itself to disk. I struggled a bit because to be able to do this, it drops the Process Explorer driver to disk, I mean, you're dropping to disk, but it's fine because it's a Microsoft signed driver binary file. So I mean, you're dropping to disk, but it's pretty legitimate. And when I implemented this into Sharpsploit, which has a PE mapping module that it uses to map Mimikatz in the example files, it failed to extract that. So I had to play around with some hard coding, some arguments into the original C, baking that into sort of a PE loader. So baking that binary into Sharpsploit, snippets of Sharpsploit. And then I was able to get that running in execute assembly on Cobalt. So basically, in this example, killing MS-NP engine, which is running at system, being a protected process in Cobalt, which was pretty cool. Really dirty, but really cool. Um, and next step here would be able to make Sharpsploit dynamically pass along those arguments. Could definitely look into doing that. But as I said in the beginning, this is my last stream for the summer, so I'm going on a long break for like 4 solid weeks. I decided to not stream. I did think about pre-recording like 4 streams, but honestly, I really need a solid break for those 4 weeks. So Sharpsploit has a PE loader that dynamically invokes the function, so it resolves the API calls on runtime instead of having them statically sort of declared. But you could definitely, I think everybody used subt's PE loader back in the day. Yeah, PE loader. So this I think is the original script created by subt. In this one, it's way older than 2017, but this is the same stuff. This basically just maps a PE file into C# and creates a thread and runs it. This is what every shitty malware ever used at a point. Um, but yeah, and then Sharpsploit basically created a new one, or I guess there's only that many ways you can do it, but there's dynamically resolve the API calls at runtime. So if any userland hooks were deployed, you would get around those. Yeah, makes it a bit easier to obfuscate as well when the native API calls in C# aren't statically declared. Makes it easier to obfuscate later. But that's basically it. I mean, we did get it to work. I'm pretty happy with it. Struggled for a solid hour there. Can't recall having struggled that much on stream ever. So that's cool. So yeah, that's it. I'm taking a solid break, solid 4 week break. So you American people must be sort of either pulling your hair out or laughing when I say that my government forces me to take 4 weeks of vacation every year. I'm guessing pulling hair. What you would not like for you get paid though. Oh, you would go insane. Okay. I mean, I won't be able to stay totally off the computer, but you know, hopefully gain some energy back and be able to do some more fun projects. I have one really big project that we use internally on TrustedSec that I want to release at some point. I was actually hoping to release it if I were able to go to Black Hat or DEF CON this year, but it doesn't look like that. So I'm gonna keep polishing that framework and push it out next year on next DEF CON. Sort of mean teasing you guys about that now, but I think Curious Jack actually enjoys that, so I think he can vouch for that. If it's still here, he can vouch for that tool. Probably knows what I'm referring to. Yeah. Other than that, enjoy the rest of your Sunday, guys, and yeah, I'll try to enjoy my weekend for sure. Have a great one. See you sometime in August, right? Thank you so much for enjoying. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to subscribe and follow me on Twitter and Twitch. I stream every Sunday, 9 p.m. my time. That's 3 p.m. EST. I'll be back in August. Thank you so much for joining in. Have a great one. Bye bye.